Hello, I'm Scott. This is my channel CineRam, and I am doing a series on Barbenheimers of the past. Barbenheimer, of course, is the portmanteau of both the new Barbie movie with Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig directing, and of course Christopher Nolan's new movie Oppenheimer. Very big contrast in style and subject matter and tone, and so I'm looking at other double features, movies that came out on the same day or the same weekend in years past that have a sort of similar contrast. I'm also looking at pop culture legacy, what kind of impact they make in the years since then. And that's particularly difficult for the more recent movies since they haven't been out as long. But I think I've got a pretty good one right here. Here are some of my runner-ups. Venom, starring Tom Hardy, the comic book movie, came out on the same weekend as A Star is Born, starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. The King's Speech, Best Picture winner, came out on the same weekend as the animated film Tangled, which was a huge hit. Two big Oscar-nominated movies, both of which won for lead performances. Daniel Day-Lewis won for Lincoln, and Jennifer Lawrence won for Silver Linings Playbook. Both won the same year, and both those movies came out on the same weekend. Another couple of Oscar-nominated movies, Roma from Alfonso Cuarón and The Favorite, starring Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone, came out on the same day. I can't remember the name of the leading lady in that one who played the Queen. Darn it, sorry, she won Best Actress. I can't remember her name, sorry. Also, one more, The Conjuring, which started a whole franchise, horror franchise that's been very successful, came out on the same day as the Edgar Wright comedy The World's End with Simon Pegg and a whole bunch of other great British stars. Lots of fun movie. Those were my runner-ups. Now for the actual top 5. July 9 of 2010, we have Despicable Me, which started a whole franchise involving Minions, and the acclaimed drama The Kids Are All Right, starring Annette Bening, Julianne Moore, and Mark Ruffalo. Now, that's a movie that probably wouldn't be made today, at least not in the way, because you've got straight people playing gay people, and that's frowned upon now. But at the time, this was a very well-regarded movie and got a nomination for Best Screenplay. Mia Wasikowska, of course, was also in this movie. She went on to be in the Alice in Wonderland movies. And of course, Despicable Me is definitely the bigger of the two, because not only did it have 2 sequels, but also spawned the Minions movies, and the Minions are now, of course, the official mascots of Illumination Studio. They are very well liked, and they made a huge impression, so I think that's worthy of a Barbenheimer. Christopher Nolan is back. July 21 of 2017, he had his war film Dunkirk come out at the same time as Girls Trip, starring Jada Pinkett Smith and Queen Latifah, and also was a big breakout hit for Tiffany Haddish. She'd been in a couple things prior to then, but her career really went in overdrive ever since then. It was a very well-liked movie, one that I haven't actually seen myself, unfortunately, but yeah, I know it by reputation. It's very well regarded. For the next Barbenheimer, we have December 16th, 2016. Denzel Washington's acclaimed drama, which he directed, Fences, which also won an Oscar for Viola Davis, who played his wife, came out on the same day as Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, which is probably the most acclaimed of the modern Disney Star Wars movies, perhaps aside from The Force Awakens, which is the first one. A lot of confusion around the production here, but definitely the most noteworthy battle scene, the most noteworthy climax of almost any of the Star Wars movies. You know, very, very well liked and popular movie. So yeah, definitely a noteworthy Barbenheimer there. For my number 2 Barbenheimer of this decade, June 29th of 2012, you had Steven Soderbergh's male stripper drama Magic Mike, came out on the same day as Seth MacFarlane's Ted, with Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane doing the voice of the anthropomorphic teddy bear Ted, this raunchy comedy, and Magic Mike, which is also kind of raunchy as well, but they were both big successes. Magic Mike had 2 sequels, Ted had 1, but Ted, as a character, of course, is very, very noteworthy, and yeah, made for a good pairing right there. Nice contrast. But the number 1, as far as I'm concerned, the number 1 Barbenheimer of the 2010s would be the second of the 3 Andy Serkis Planet of the Apes movies, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, along with Richard Linklater's highly acclaimed drama, Boyhood. Both these movies came out on the same day, July 11th of 2014. Boyhood, of course, was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor. Patricia Arquette won her Oscar for this movie for Best Supporting Actress. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, of course, very, very well-regarded film. They're all well-regarded, but what's really noteworthy about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is there's a big time jump, and 3 years later, the effects in rendering and creating the ape characters is very much improved. There's a noticeable difference in the quality of the animation between the first film, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So it was kind of a tough choice, but I think this particular pairing earned the title of #1 Barbenheimer of the 2010s. And that is the wrap for my series. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you've got, of course, any Barbenheimers of your own that you think are pretty great, let me know. Leave a comment or something like that. That'd be awesome. Thanks again for watching. See you again soon.